What it do, y'all? Welcome to the No Mids Crew podcast. I am your host, No Mids Chino, and thank you for coming through. Today, I have my co-host with me. He is not only one of my good friends, but is like family to me. He's probably going to be on this podcast, honestly, a lot. So, a lot of you probably already know who he is. He has some of the best cupcakes in Arizona, hands down. Um, his food is even better, to be honest. But it's my boy Anthony Martinez, Big Ant, aka Big Ant.
What up? What up?
Thank you for coming through, brother.
Yeah,
And then the star of this show today, my guest star. He is one of my good friends. I met him through the industry, just doing a branding thing and just running into good people like I usually do. This is the man who's been putting on dope cannabis events around the valley for the past few years. Some of the dopest events that I have been to personally. And one of my good friends too, Alex from Trap Culture.
Yo, what's going on, man? Thank you for having me on, bro.
Absolutely, my friend. It was only right that I tried to get you on. You had me as a guest on your podcast as well, so you know how to return that love. Shout out to Trap Culture and everybody over there. You know what to
Absolutely.
do.
Thank you, man. Yeah, big shout out to Ajay, Matt, and Tasha. What I mean, wouldn't be able to do what we do without them.
Yes, sir. Yeah, you guys definitely do a great job. Um, Before we go into actual the trap culture stuff, you want to go into your background, where you're from, where you grew up, and then
Yeah, no
tell the
problem,
tell the,
man.
tell the people.
Yeah, so I'm originally out of California.
Yes,
Grew up
sir.
in
Cali
LA.
love.
Yes, sir. Grew up out of LA, little suburb, Alhambra,
Okay.
and out of El Sereno, and then I spent a little time in San Gabriel.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm from out that way, man. And I remember being in high school. We were part of like a high school fraternity. You know what I'm saying?
Little click.
Yeah, and it was all sponsored through the YMCA, but they had like no hands in it. They just allowed us to kind of group together
Hell yeah.
and
They just
call us
ran
something.
they just had the facility for y'all.
Yeah, we paid dues in order to do what we did and call ourselves a club. So there was hazing. You had to be able to get in and be voted in and stuff like that. But we used to just honestly, we were just a party crew, bro.
Hell yeah.
We used to throw backyard parties. We used to grab empty lots that we can rent out for a night for like real cheap. Get like a cheap DJ. This is well before we're 21, so we're doing you know we're doing bottle runs, beer
Beer
runs.
runs. Yes,
You know what I'm
sir.
saying? We knew spots out in LA where we can go ahead and get kegs, trade in kegs and stuff like that. So we used to charge, $3 for girls, $5 for guys, $5 for a cup, $3 refills. If you lost your cup, guess what?
You gotta
You
pay
gotta buy
again.
another cup,
You know what I
bro.
mean?
You know what I'm saying? So I used to make a lot of money doing that stuff back in the day, man. And getting out of it and coming out here to Arizona, I originally came out here because I got arrested for some stupid shit. And I was hanging around with a lot of wrong people that I shouldn't have been hanging around with, and ended up coming out here to go to school. Out of all things, I came out here to be a mechanic. So I went to MMI. I'm a certified Harley and Suzuki tech.
Let's go.
Yeah, so I spent some time at Chandler right now for a little while. While I was my second job, I was actually a GameStop game advisor, bro. Two things I love: motorcycles and video games.
I can
You know
dig
what I'm
that.
saying?
Yes, sir.
And GameStop ended up giving me my own store.
Really?
They gave me my own store out on the west side, and I was there for. I moved over there before I got that store. You know, um, I was a game advisor over there. Jumped up to assistant manager within like 2 months, 3 months,
Hell yeah.
and then like that dude, the store manager, ended up leaving with us not having a store. So I ended up getting handed that before we brought in another manager. But I did retail for like 3 years, bro. Got tired of it, jumped out, did construction for like another 7. So I did flooring, and just wearing down my body since I've been out here. It was time for me to kind of jump into something that I was a little bit more passionate about. My dad used to tell me when I was small, something used to stick with me for a long time is find something you love to do and you'll never work a day in your life.
Yeah, so that's the truth.
So I decided to hop into the cannabis industry, and I took a huge pay cut doing it. I went from like making like 17, $18 an hour down to like 12.50 when it was 12.50 over here.
Yeah. Starting when the industry first started kicking off.
Dude,
Absolutely.
it was still medical. Got in as Cureleaf as a bud tender, and what would keep me away from so long was my record. my misdemeanor. I didn't think that the AZDHS was going to give me my card. Um, well, I guess it was so old, like the stuff that was so old at that time, like they let me through, man. Shit,
They chilling on
I
it.
got like 3 cards. They gave me like 3 cards at Cureleaf, bro, so I can work at 3 different dispensaries. And what was funny is they actually like when they let me go over some stuff that I shouldn't have been let go over. The district manager at the time wrote me a recommendation letter. Put it that way. So I wasn't supposed to get let go. Okay. But I was a bud tender there for about a year. And that's how I got into the cannabis industry, man. I just hopped in through Indeed. Like people ask me all the time on Instagram, like, how'd you get in? How do you get into the cannabis industry, bro? I'm like, it is literally like any other job. You go to Indeed, you put in your application, see if you get hired. After that, the background check is literally your fingerprints because that's who's going to decide whether or not you can get in or not.
Absolutely, yeah.
So it's crazy, man. So, but yeah, my cannabis journey, like my journey to actually get into the cannabis industry is crazy, bro. And I've already had backgrounds doing parties.
In the LA scene.
Mm-hmm. And it took a minute. I had a boy that wasn't too sure if I even wanted to join in with trap, bro.
Yeah.
Like I came in here to do apparel, and running and taking on the company with Ajay and Tasha, has been great. But like it took a homie of mine, Kendrick Lowe from back home, to kind of like, hey, dude, like people still talk about your shit, bro. Like you threw some fucking bangers back in the day.
Yeah.
So I'm like, why aren't you doing this? And I'm like, you know what, you're right, bro. Like, let's go legal. Like, let's make some money. Like, let's do this legally. You know
There's
what
an
I'm saying?
actual marketing job
Yeah,
for that shit. Yeah.
exactly, man. And it's been great. I've definitely enjoyed it.
That's pretty dope because um me and Anthony growing up, we did house parties like a motherfucker. Like that was our thing. Just like you said, party crews. I'm 33, so back when I was growing up, man, party crews was the shit.
Mm-hmm.
We was out there throwing events like a motherfucker, and we're just social people. We like to get along with good people and just vibe out.
Yeah,
And
until the dudes with guns started showing up.
yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Colors started showing up.
And we're a little older now, so I know we seem a little mild, but back in the day, we used to see them and turn up and do our thing.
Dude,
It was something else. Yeah, like I don't even want to
oh my
share.
bad, I forgot.
I don't even want to share half the stories, but yeah, like we used to go in, and honestly, growing up, there was no legal market out here for cannabis. You know what I'm saying? Like me being from Northern California, I wasn't foreign to weed at all. I did start smoking a little late, but I wasn't foreign to weed at all. So,
Oh man, I got in 6th grade, bro. I remember
oh
my first
shit,
time, dude. My brother walked into my bedroom, or to our bedroom, should I say? And I'm like 11 years old, bro, chilling, playing PS2. Homeboy walks in, he's just like, "Hey, I got a question, man. If I ever brought some stuff home, would you blaze out?" And I'm sitting there going, "What's blaze out?" And like some weed. Would you get high? And I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, I don't see anything. Like it's a plant, right? And he's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'll try it."
yeah,
And we got super stoned in our room, bro. My brother did the whole 9 yards. Wet towel on the floor, opened up the back window. We had a bedroom all the way in the back of the house. So like even if we wanted to sneak out, bro, the back door was right there. It was like so far from the rest of the fucking house, bro. Like you had to go through like the kitchen and the dining room and like just to get to our room. So I'm like, we were safe back there, bro. Like, and then just being able to walk straight into the kitchen, dude.
right.
It was like I was supposed to be a stoner.
It was meant
But
to be.
yeah, all through middle school, bro, dude, I hit my first home run high as fuck, bro.
Damn.
Fucking pony league, bro. You know?
Yeah,
Yeah, bro.
smoking back then, huh?
Yeah, bro. I remember I showed up to a fucking little league game, fucking high as shit, bro. I saw the ball leave his hand all the way to the fucking bat, dude, and I knocked the shit out of it.
Hey, that's supreme focus right there.
Most
I
definitely,
mean, we've
bro.
we've
Spider-Man status.
we've seen Michael Phelps and shit win freaking gold medals off this shit.
Yeah, but they're also not gonna drug test an 11-year-old in fucking pony league.
Yeah, no. Nowadays, man, they have so many different divisions. I don't know what they test for. So,
No, I feel that, bro. I feel that.
but nah, that's dope as hell, bro. So like you getting into trap culture, can you expand on that a little bit? How you started with the trap culture?
Yeah, absolutely, man. I actually started back when, like around the time I met you, bro. It was around at Mita, and I was working for Sonoran Roots at the time.
Okay.
So as I was running their street team and doing a lot of their marketing stuff for like events and things like that, starting to get their product out there. And I ended up getting let go because I was running. I was one of the leads at Ponderosa, and then they brought me on. They had me helping them doing their marketing stuff.
Okay.
And an altercation had happened at the store with with a bud tender that it shouldn't have happened. It escalated a little further than it should have, like like a shouting match.
Okay. Sometimes you have to yell at a buster though. You
You
know.
know what? That's why I can't babysit, bro. Like, I guess the people like I don't care about your feelings. Get back to fucking work.
Right.
You know what I'm
Sometimes you
saying?
gotta tell them. You know what I'm saying.
Um, but anyways, I ended up getting let go from there, and I hit up the person who used to run Trap Culture.
Okay.
We had a mutual friend that worked for Canamo, Jenny Hill, and apparently he called Jenny, and Jenny vouched for me because I was working directly with her, and we had already kind of worked together with Trap, doing the Canamo gathering. Like, it was huge, bro. Like, it was the first time they sold out that venue. We brought in over 300 people. People were mad they couldn't get in, bro.
Yeah.
That was the first event that I was part of, and it took a lot of convincing to get the Storm Roots team on that. Like, just to get them to Canifest,
Yeah.
bro. It took so many people to try to convince them to do it. Like, you need to be there, and they took a big space too,
Yeah.
so it was dope. And right before Canifest happened, that's when they let me go. So it was like a really easy transition, but I got to go do something that I wanted to do because I wanted to get into marketing bad, and I wanted out of retail. Like, I was tired of
The
the cannabis,
storefront.
the
Yeah.
storefront on the retail side of the cannabis industry. Like, I was good at it. I had already mastered it. I was a really good salesman. Great tips. I got all the way to management, and I was just kind of done with it because there's really no advancement when you're at a dispo unless you plan on being at a dispo forever, and like you want to be like a regional manager.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, not just a district manager, but and then in order to even get there, your dispo has to be like a chain. It's got to be like a Harvest or a Cure Leaf or something like that. Like, you can't do that with mom and pop places. Like, you
Right.
can't do
There's
that
only
with
so much ceiling with that.
like, say take a like great dispensary, TrueMed. Take TrueMed. There's like, where are you gonna go in the dispo, bro?
There's one. I
Like, they maybe have you like if somebody steps down or goes somewhere else, maybe you have like another manager spot or like but there's only like one GM.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you only have one shop out here.
Yeah. No, and that makes perfect sense, bro. I worked as a bud tender for Harvest True Leaf as well. So
Mhm.
like my goal was to though honestly be like going to like regional type
And you
shit.
wanted to like own your own
Yeah,
dispensary
bro,
and do
that was
that,
the goal, and honestly, but
and then you
you
got a
get
little bit of
into it,
marketing,
bro,
bro.
and it's just so corporate for me. Like, I figured out how much is not in your control, and for that, and I'm not saying I'm not willing to thug it out, but like, it wasn't my scene. I definitely loved it, and I'm not saying I would never go back, but I definitely like doing the marketing and
Mhm.
branding with project packs.
Well, that's what I kind of
Uh,
tell people, man. Is like, there's if you want to move up in the industry, it's honestly, it's going to be through a brand, bro.
yes,
It's going to be through a brand. It's going to be through some type of marketing,
and they
man.
gotta have some motion, man.
Got to,
Gotta
got
have
to,
some motion.
bro.
I mean, personally, I feel like it's really hard out here. I know
Oh,
uh,
Arizona's
the
cutthroat,
the
bro.
industry is really really tight, bro. And then as new as it is, and has as much potential as it has, like it's hard to be a productive brand that for us, I'm speaking on our end, being a top tier brand and trying to keep consistency with, I'm saying, our flower and the genetics that we're running and stuff. So like, it's something that's not easy. That you've been around in the market, so you've seen companies
Come and go.
have their come and go, or even if they are still here, it's having
They're
a
not in a lot of
downfall.
shops, like,
Yeah, it's we're seeing a little decline, or at least prices drop.
or something happens, and like say they're AZDHS or some testing facility fucked them on numbers, and like it wasn't true, and you got to retest, and I mean, there's a lot of variables in this industry that happen. And I tell people all the time, this industry is a giant gray area, bro.
Yeah,
We work in the gray, and it changes every day, bro.
yeah,
So it's real tough to kind of like, where am I going to go? Where am I going to be at in the next 5 years?
yeah, and that's everybody's worry. But I feel like honestly, if you stay consistent, and like I said, I can't even say, you know, a company's gonna hold you down. This is just me personally giving advice. Like, if you as a person stay consistent and, you know what I'm saying, persistent, and you have good motion, and you're, you know what I'm saying, you're doing what you need to do, there's always gonna be a lane for you, you know,
Absolutely.
somewhere. There's, especially if you're doing what you want to do. And you know, it wasn't easy for me, bro. I've always wanted to do podcasts, and I sat on this idea for so many years, bro. Me and my boys, we sit around and we talk, and you know what I'm saying, we felt like we could been doing this. So
Hmm.
for me to actually jump on and do it, bro, it wasn't as hard as I thought it was gonna be. You know, it's still a lot of work, and, you know what I'm saying, stuff that I have to learn and grow with, but it's just about, you know, taking those steps and doing it, bro. And
Exactly.
with this industry, bro, like I said, I don't know, I can't promise you you're gonna be with the same company, you know, forever. But if you stay consistent, bro, you'll always have a way.
Bro, I always say, well, not I don't always say, but I mean, like I heard this, and it was some of the realest shit I heard. I'm like, you can't learn to drive in a parked car.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? You got to hit that gas. You got to go. You got to hit the road, bro. Learn as you go. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I did with this job. You know, like I'd been away from the scene. I didn't have the relationships that I needed to, and I had to start from scratch, bro. So like calling brands, getting people to, at least a couple of relationships that I already had through Sonoran Roots. You
Mm-hmm.
know, like calling my old purchaser because he used to have a master list of people that we did business with. So I'm like, hey, you got the number to this brand, you got the number to this brand. So I was real grateful for that. I had a couple of people that I can kind of lean on
Mm-hmm.
that I had already known that helped me kind of get started, get these events started, you know. And when Lexi was in the industry over at Mint, like yo, that was she helped me out so much, bro. I'm so grateful to know Lexi.
Hell yeah.
You know,
Shout out to good people
absolutely,
that we
man.
that
There's a lot of them in this industry.
yes, I definitely agree. Fire, fire.
Yeah, need some fire over here, bro.
Yes, sir. And honestly, yeah, that's something I've been blessed with. You know, running into good people in the industry. After we go into this break in here in a little bit, I'm just gonna go over like some of your favorite events that you guys have done, because I've been to a few of them personally, and there's some of the dopest events, like I said, I've been to. Honestly, people are lined up around the block, like literally, you know, every event that I've been to, you guys have had something sold out, or literally, like I said, lines around the corner. Um, I just wish you
Definitely
guys would have
appreciate
more
that.
on the west side.
You know, we got some stuff in the works, man. So
We'll go into
we'll
it
get
right
into that
now.
in a little
Yes,
bit.
sir.
Yeah, we'll
So
get into
yeah,
it.
after we get into this break, which is smoke break is sponsored to y'all
Oh yeah,
by
we about
Preferred Gardens right here. We're gonna be smoking on some snacks. So after this break, we'll let you know how it tastes and, you know, everything about it. Thank you. Toodaloo.
you know what? This game
The
This rap's just
raps.
dry. It was hard to rap. It was hard to rap.
I have a
How you doing out there, babe?
Anthony.
Yeah, you can do it. I can chime in.
I'll ask you your opinion.
You're back.
And we're back. Welcome back. So yeah, this smoke break was sponsored to you by Preferred Gardens. Shout out to Project Packs and the Preferred Gardens team. This strain snacks is honestly some of my personal favorite. Something that we just dropped, I want to say a couple weeks ago, and we're gonna get into some right now while I pack this bowl.
Well, you know, I gotta say, man, I was anticipating it, and since you started talking about it, when you started talking about Blueprint, like a while ago,
Yes, sir.
bro.
I've been pushing this up for a minute.
Yep, and I'm super glad to see how you guys have hit the market, and I think you guys will be like soon enough. You guys are ready to start like storming out there, bro. You guys
Bro,
have already been getting a lot of your product in the shops. I've been seeing a lot of your stuff on Instagram, bro, and you guys are grinding hard, bro.
I think we're in almost every major shop in the valley. So like we hit all the harvest accounts, which is like I want to say like 25 stores, something like that.
Yeah, man, and the fact that you got some of the best growers out there, bro, especially in Arizona, like it definitely helps a lot, bro. You got one of the best respected growers in the valley.
Yes, sir. Honestly, we have a great team, and that's one thing to be proud of, bro. All the people that we put together with Project Packs and you know the operation that we got coming. Yeah, smoke on that, bro. You gotta.
This is nice, bro.
Yes, sir. Yeah, yeah. The terps on that is honestly really good.
Yeah.
Me personally, if I like to test a terpene, I like to smoke it out of a bowl so that it's you know what I'm saying clear and smooth. If you smoke it out of a the paper's not bad, but you get the cleanest and purest hit out of the bowl. So
It's sweet, but it's not too sweet, and then you still have like undertones of of earthiness. I like it a lot.
it's definitely gassy, brother. Yeah, so we've been working on that with Preferred Gardens. Shout out to them. They're from Sacramento, the brand. But we launched them as with Project Packs. I want to say like beginning of January. So we're in, like I said, most major stores. I want to say all the Harvest locations, all the Zen Leaf locations, all Soulflower, all Story. I don't know if you know Story Oasis.
Yeah, I know story, man.
We're
Yeah.
in Ponderosa now. We just
Nice.
got into Ponderosa, like I said, a month ago. So we're expanding pretty heavy, brother. So and then, like I said, we still haven't dropped our last two brands. So we're moving pretty heavy on the genetics.
Nice. And you know
Um,
what I always thought was important, especially for brands, say coming out of Cali. I say it all the time, like brands with like cookies, bro. Like, you can get those genetics all day long. You can put them in a big dispo, but if you ain't got the grower to grow those genetics, bro, like it's not going to come out the same. You're not going to have like the brand doesn't match the brand consistently across from state to state. So, showing what you guys are doing with a lot of these genetics out of Cali, you know, it shows a lot behind. Like it's you have a brand you can stand behind when you have that. Like the best thing for a dispo is have great flour at great prices.
yeah, and more great flour. Like we're not against competition, bro. So the more companies that have good flour, we love that shit. We love to push the culture of just good cannabis all around for the people. And what you said was perfect. Like it definitely depends who's pushing your stuff or who's growing your stuff. Like you can give a recipe to a cook, but you know what I'm saying. It depends if that cook, you know what I'm saying, is gonna
If he
chef it
doesn't
up
know how to
properly.
finish the chicken, like
Exactly.
that shit's gonna come out shitty, bro. You know what I'm
Yeah, man. Like
saying?
it just depends. Like you can there's you know you can like I said that recipe can go wrong if you give it to the wrong chef. You put that stuff in the right person's hands, they might whip that shit up properly with some some special shit in. I don't know. I'm just saying like I don't grow, but it definitely does matter because we've seen it firsthand coming to Arizona. Like some of the brands that are big time with big genetics that hand their stuff off to somebody what I'm saying that's just gonna grow you know that's more in the numbers, that's not in the quality, so quality quantity not quality,
Absolutely,
and
always,
that
bro.
how that goes. But outside of that, we were talking about you guys as trap culture and you doing events. What is your personal favorite event that you've done lately in the past few years?
You know what? I've only been with trap since what it was August of 2022. So I did a couple gatherings. I did a mini Manj Ganja, um, Canafest, of course, and then all our trap nights.
The trap
Cross.
nights are sick.
Thank you, man. Buds and bikinis, cross faded. But out of all those, I think my favorite one, man, trap nights is so killer. But like, you know what? Like it was pretty small. It was pretty small for us. Like as in numbers wise.
Yeah.
Um, I think the most fun I've had in an event that we threw that I was help running has to be Buds and Bikinis, bro.
Is that the one that was at like the water park?
Oh no, that was Canafest. Buds and Bikinis was the pool party series.
Okay, I think we've been to one of them that was at like
It was at the golf resort.
yeah, like in Mesa,
Yeah,
like Deep Mesa.
yeah, yeah. It was deep. Hey, you know what? When it comes to
Like
stuff like
deep,
that,
bruh.
bro, you know, it's not as easy as everybody thinks when you're grabbing these venues, bro. Cannabis, like as much as our goal is to end the stigma on cannabis, there's still a huge stigma on it. And we do a lot of dual consumption. And there's hard lines that you can't cross unless there's certain things that you can get away with because there's like a gray area.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And as long as you're following by word of the actual law, there's a lot of stuff that it doesn't say that you can't do. You
Right.
know, so like we're really good as a company navigating those laws. So there's some things that we can get away that we not get away with, but there's some things that we can actually do
Hmm.
at certain venues that you can't do at other venues.
Right.
So the stuff that we can do that everybody likes, this unfortunately a lot of that stuff is smaller venues, and there's not a lot of ROI in it for us. And it's important to still throw those events in order to keep like your customer base happy.
Right.
It's still a good time and stuff like that to keep things going, but like we want to throw bangers, bro. Like we want to
Yes.
throw bangers. Like it doesn't have to be super huge, but something comfortable, something that leaves you talking about it like a week later, bro, or wanting to
Absolutely.
go to the next one.
Yes.
We want to leave. You want to leave with something like a story to tell your homeboys.
Yeah.
You know,
I think you guys are gonna have done an excellent job of that. Honestly, all your events, you know, what I'm saying, are always popping. Is like, as I'm not like, and like you were saying, not to a crazy standard, but to where they at least want to come back again and have a great time. Like you guys do a great job of filling the rooms. I don't think I've ever been to an event where it's been empty.
well, you know what? This is what's important, man, because like when you do these events and you go to stuff like Meta, like every event has its own purpose.
Yeah.
And Meta is legit because it's exactly what it is. It's a giant networking um, event. You
Conference,
know what I
kind
mean?
of. Yeah. Yeah.
And brands like to get there because it's free for FADAs. So a lot of bud tenders go that aren't working on shift that day. So you get bud tenders to go and you bring out your product and you put your product into bud tenders' hands. It's like Meta is supposed to be super educational. But I haven't seen them do like the education part in quite a while, and they used to have that separated. So like if you went up to VIP, if you're a purchaser or if you knew somebody, you went upstairs to the VIP area, while downstairs where all the regular FAs and bartenders were, brands would get up on stage and talk about their products that they just put in people's hands.
Mm.
So I think they've gotten away from the educational part of it. They used to do the same. Oh, Can of Friends is a little bit more like networking. Let's find people, like talk to people, brand yourself. Get out there and show what you got. Whether it's food, whether it's networking, like you have a network company or whatever it is that you want to involve with cannabis. And it's a safe place for you to smoke, to learn about a couple of different brands that go. But a lot of times it's a lot of the same ones.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And a lot of the same people that show up to these events. So, like the ROI in it
That's
really,
true.
really isn't there for a lot of these companies unless you see different companies moving in and out.
Right.
What we do is we make sure like it's a vibe when you come to a trap event. You know what I mean? Like the music has to be on point. Um, you know, as much as I love local vendors, you know, like say the CBD vendors,
Yeah. Yeah.
the
And it's all love.
the apparel vendors. That one's a little loose.
No, you're good.
Like
G.
the apparel vendors and people that want to come sell their knickknacks and whatnot. As much as I love that part of the community and I really try to support them by bringing them on when I can bring them on, like I can bring them on to like Buds and Bikinis.
Right.
But who's gonna show up to trap nights to go club and party and smoke and show up wanting to buy beads or buy a cupcake?
Every time. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
And
it doesn't really flow with the act what we're trying to do. And the same thing comes along with like a lot of people that want to perform at our events, like local artists. You know what I mean? I understand that a lot of events allow them to come on and get on, but I'm like, when you come to a trap event, man, it's going to be packed.
absolutely.
We're going to pack the house to where I'm like, you know what? Some of these artists should be paying
You
to
guys.
be in front of these people, bro. Like we're helping you out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Um,
And that could be the hardest part for an artist
it
too,
really is.
providing that audience. and
But
shit.
every single event, I have to say this, and let me be honest about this, man. When if you've been at an event and they cut the DJ and they just bring on these artists to start rapping and flowing during the event, it stops the event.
Yeah.
It stops the flow of the event. And, like people have to gather around you to listen to you. And like everybody ends up sitting down or they stop doing what they were doing.
Yeah.
And there's like an awkward moment when that starts happening, unless this person is absolutely killing it.
Right, unless they just rock the shit out.
Unless they absolutely kill it. But I'm like, yo, like, same people,
Yeah,
same songs.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And uh, I don't think we can bring anybody on that will kill an event, like not kill an event, but like kill that little mood.
right.
And then you got to get it back, and then now people have already started leaving.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? They're like, oh, we're kind of done. Like the vibes kind of changed. It's hard to get that back once it's stopped. You know what I
right.
mean? So we try not to stop it, but if we're gonna bring performers on, we want to make that part of the actual highlight of the event. So we're going to do like a music event that's based around performances
Performances,
and
straight up.
cannabis.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? We want to get you the most out of what you're doing.
absolutely.
Like I don't want you to be like a booth and just do 10 like a set. Like I want you to go on and perform. If you're
Right,
going to perform, perform. Like I don't want you doing it in front of the DJ. No, you need to be on stage and these people need to be paying attention to you. You know? So I want to give you that. I don't want to bring you on and just make you a booth
right,
and make you just like, let me pitch real quick and just like you're just doing like one or two songs and then you're done and it's the next person. Like let's get some actual thing. Like let's get images behind you. Let's get, you know, your name up there, your ads. Let's get everything. And you're not just hey, real quick, like on like yo, follow me at blah 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 blah.
like
And
it's an
then you're off the
8 mile
stage.
freestyle
Yeah,
real quick and
exactly,
they
bro.
just hopping out.
Exactly. Let's actually make an event about this. And that's what I want to. That's not just me, but that's what we want to deliver as trap culture. We want to deliver an experience.
Absolutely. And then so do you guys have anything coming up in the near future? I know 420 is around the corner, but is there anything else that like you guys as a group have coming?
Absolutely. And I gotta say, 420 is really hard, bro. You know, you got so many people doing something. Like everybody's fighting with somebody. So like, even if you throw an event and you throw a banger, you're like, you're still not. Nobody is gonna get the amount of return that they want with so many people doing something.
Yeah,
It's gonna be super spread
every
out.
single brand is doing something,
And
and it's gonna be, and prices are hiked up on
And what's
420.
crazy is Arizona's popping now because you got out of state brands, like out of state companies coming to do cups, coming to do
Yeah,
events, and they're in and out just to come. What sucks though is like you don't since they don't have a home base here. It seems like if you really look at it, they're just exploiting our industry, like our customer base. They're coming in to make money in Arizona real quick, and then they're bouncing because they won't throw another event. They won't come back out here until like I don't know, like
next
Christmas
year,
or
the
Halloween or some
next year,
shit. Yeah,
yeah.
or even the next year. They just come in and bank in on the 420 shit and they bounce. And I've been seeing a lot of that come out here, bro. So I'm like, yo, if you're gonna go party, let's go party with locals.
Yeah, no, those and that's you and I feel like you guys have a good audience base though. You guys have a great following that makes sure your guys' events, like you said, are always packed out and it's something that you can, remember and say, damn, I literally want to go to that next event. Like because the good times you had, you guys always have dope ass brands that you have attached to, what I'm saying, the events. Like I said, you guys had the event at the freaking water park. Like I ain't never seen a cannabis event at the water park, bro. Like that was pretty dope that you guys were able to work with them and put that stuff together as well.
It was real hard, man. It was real hard and it was definitely really expensive.
I can
Yeah, you know what
imagine.
I mean? Um, and it's great. It's great for the name of the brand. Absolutely. Um, but after you do something so successful and if you want to go back, the venues usually see how successful it is,
Yeah.
and they're not trying to cut you a deal so they can continue to work with you. A lot of them are gonna jack their price up because they know what you can pay. Like they don't want you to make enough; they want to make more. You know what I mean?
And they know
So,
the volume that's possibly coming
mhm.
and everything else.
So, based on that, it makes it kind of hard to kind of do stuff like that over and over again. You know, but we did find a happy medium this last past year, and we threw buds and bikinis. You know what I'm saying? There was a lot of stuff that I still wanted to do that we couldn't get away with just because of like the venue insurance policies and all that stuff that I wanted to bring in. Like me and a couple other people wanted to bring in a like an inflatable water slide, bro. Like
Yee.
they have at
Let's go.
they have at the Peoria Sports Complex during like 4th of July.
Yeah.
Like the big slide that goes into the water, bro.
Let's
Or
go.
like you fly off into the inflatable pool.
That'd be sick.
And we wanted to, but they wouldn't let us. Even a slip and slide, they wouldn't let us do, bro. Damn, it's crazy. And it was just like, bro, it's like it's inflatable. You're not jumping on the ground, like you're above it, and you're on a giant inflatable. Like you're not gonna fall off, bro.
Yeah. Damn, but you know how tight they are. You know, I'm trying to get all those.
Yeah, but like that's what's great about what we do, man. So like finding new venues, finding new stuff that we could do, and like it's gonna be a different layout. We got something. I know you asked if we're gonna come up with something here soon.
Yes, sir.
We are, man. So we don't have a exact concrete date yet, but we are aiming for the end of March, and on the west side.
Shout out to the West Side.
Yeah, shout out to the West Side. I know we haven't
yeah.
given them a lot of love, but in our defense, it's really hard to find venues and get on with cannabis on the West Side. They're not as easy to work with as they are, like say in Mesa.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like Mesa's really easy to work with. They have a lot of venues and people open to cannabis. There's a lot of stuff that happens on the East Side, and it's kind of known for events. So moving to the West Side is definitely big, and I'm looking forward to it, man. Like there's a huge audience for us out there, and we want to be out there, man.
Yeah, and I was just say, East Side definitely has most of the events, not just you guys, but East Side. The West Side don't have much. You know what I'm saying? I've seen more events in Tucson than I've seen in the West Side, like West Valley.
Oh, most definitely.
You know
There's a
what I'm
lot
saying?
of smokers out there, and you think like a lot of these venues would want to open up to that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? That's more money in your pocket, bro.
You would think.
You know what it comes down to too is a lot of these places don't want to fuck with their liquor license.
Yeah, man, and that's like in like you were saying, you want to be at those dope spots where shit's popping, and most of the time that involves liquor sales, and with cannabis consumption, there's always that hiccup with liquor sale, and
Where does the liquor license lay? Like,
yeah,
how far does it go out to? What does it cover? Do you have to shut it off? Stuff like that, bro. Like, it all comes into play, and then that comes into play with price.
right.
So
Well, I know there's ways to wiggle around it too, because I know I've been to events where like they gave out like vouchers for certain liquors and stuff like it. No, nothing was purchased, but it was available for what.
like again, it comes down to price.
Yeah,
So sometimes like it's just too much, bro. Sometimes it's just way too much, and we
Yeah.
understand. But like, you ain't gonna make that much on liquor tonight, bro. Like,
right.
it's crazy.
The return on that is not going to be worth
Crazy
doing anything
prices,
like
bro.
that. Yeah, absolutely.
And then not just that, but like finding places to do stuff on weekends.
Right.
Like they're already making their money on weekends. You know what I'm saying? So like we can just add to that, but at the same time, it makes it a little tougher for what we do, man. You know what I'm saying?
No, and I definitely understand, because I said I'm trying to start getting into working and throwing my own events. Partnering with people to throw events,
Good luck.
consumption
Good luck.
events, and they're pretty hefty in price. But
Mm-hmm.
I feel like with the people that we have locked in, you know what I'm saying, I feel like we can create some type of culture out here where you guys already have, you know what I'm saying, a following where people are gonna come through when you guys post an event, knowing that it's just gonna be legit every single time. So creating
Appreciate
that consistency, man, is something that I'm striving to do, with my own, podcasts, or even events that I'm trying to do in the future. So hopefully I can work with you guys and do something like
Yeah,
that.
man.
That'd
And
be
like
sick.
we're still building, man. You know what I mean? We're still working our way up. It never stops, brother. It never stops. Always try to get better and better and better at everything we do.
That's the goal. That's the goal. And today is Sunday, so my Niners are playing today. So before we do our closing shout outs, we're gonna go into a quick you pick 'em parlay picks with the last game. So let me just go into this real quick, brother. Just to start off, we'll go straight for the gusto. Who do you think is going to win the game? We got 49ers that are favored on the money line, 360, and you got the Detroit Lions, who are, the underdogs by 290.
You know what? I'm gonna go with the Lions on this one, man. As much as like you want to go with the hot team, you want to go with the hot streak. The Niners are up there. They're a great team. They got a great coach. But like, if you look at the Lions, bro, they have a head coach with like no head coaching experience.
Yeah.
And he's got his guys playing for him, bro.
They're rowdied up. Yep.
Like, in this game is really going to come down to who wants it more.
I definitely don't.
And I think
definitely don't
Lions,
agree. I don't agree with your pick, but I'm gonna solidify it in the picks.
I know you are,
My
bro.
boy's gonna go with the Lions, and then we're gonna go into touchdown scores. Anthony, who do you think's gonna score today?
Honestly, I think a must would be St. Brown because it's plus 135, so it's definitely a good return on your investment. And then for Niners, I think Kittle will definitely be a must for the
So
touchdown score.
so you got Amon Ross, St. Brown, and then you got who else?
George Kittle.
George Kittle to lock that in. Who do you think today? We got Christian McCaffrey, we got Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle. Those are Niners, and then Debo Samuel. Then you got Amon Ross St. Brown from the Lions, Jameer Gibbs from the Lions, David Montgomery, and Sam Laporta.
I'd definitely go Gibbs, and honestly, I'd probably put McCaffrey in there, bro.
Gibbs has been balling out, man.
Yeah, I know he has Gibbs, and I'd probably put McCaffrey out there just to be safe, just because, like, dude, he's gonna if you're anywhere within the 5 yard line, 10 yard line,
He's gonna score.
He's gonna score.
He's
bro.
automatic. He's automatic. And then we'll go to the quarterbacks real quick. So we have Jared Goff and Brock Purdy. So for alternate passing yards, would you say, or no, should we go alternate or should we go just passing over under? 1 second. Let me go to player passing. So they have Brock Purdy. Do you think he's going over 277 or under?
I think he's going over 277.
Over. And then what do you think? What do you think about Jared Goff, Anthony? Do you think he's going over 256 or under 256?
If they're gonna keep it a game, he does have to go for 250. So
He has to go over 250.
yeah,
So over. Okay, so we got over on the player passing yards. Let's go player rushing yards. So we got Christian McCaffrey. Anthony, I'll go back to you. They have Christian McCaffrey 86 over or under 86 yards on the Lions defense.
so Detroit's they don't have a great run stop defense, so I think that's what they're gonna focus on for sure.
So over or under?
I think he'll go over.
Over on McCaffrey. We'll go to Jameer Gibbs. They have him locked in at oh shit, it kicked me out. They have him locked in, I believe, at 47 yards.
Are you making a parlay?
Yeah, we're stacking this right
Well, I'm
now.
gonna say if you have Brock Purdy going over to what 270, 280,
Mm-hmm.
and you're talking about over 80 rushing yards, that's gonna be a crazy combination.
I don't know. Should we do Brock Purdy?
I think you're gonna have to choose one or the other because if he's gonna get 270, 280, that means you're gonna stay away from the run game like that.
Well, I'll stay away from Brock Purdy. Jameer Gibbs, running back from Lions. You think he's over 47 yards or under?
I think he goes over 47 yards today.
Over. God damn. We do have a problem stopping the run sometimes, bro. That is sometimes what we struggle with. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's where the nitty gritty comes from. You know what I'm saying? Like when you got guys playing for you and you got guys riled up, like you want to push it in their face. You want to run the rock.
We've been pretty consistent, but sometimes, man, for some reason the defense lets up and they run the ball down our throats for a good 40 yards. So
Get tired.
I
Bro.
do see it happening. We'll go to receivers, or receiving yards. Christian McCaffrey, do you think he'll get over 34 receiving yards? Strictly,
I think if the run game's not working and they're and he is gonna hit over,
he's gonna have to spread out somewhere.
Yeah, he's gonna have to spread out somewhere. I think he'll go. I think he might
30, over 34 or under?
I think he hits under 34.
Under 34 receiving. Okay.
I think he hits like 26 rushing yards, bro.
Not rushing
Or receiving yards.
Oh,
like receiving
receiving,
yards.
okay.
Receiving yards.
Anthony, we got
So with McCaffrey, the last two games he's been getting 7, 8, 9, 10 receiving catches. They've been throwing to him a lot.
so dang.
It's hard, bro. It's
Like because I had him under the last 2 weeks, and they just keep throwing it to him, and it's like,
Well, you got to think the Lions' defense is going to be tough. So
are they throwing little outs, or are they throwing it to receivers?
They'll have somebody
they're doing
locked.
a lot of dump offs.
They'll have somebody locked in on Christian. I don't know if he'll get away with too much, but I'm hoping he does because I'm a Niner fan.
Yeah, because on my parlay,
I'm hoping for 1,000 yards. Shit.
On my parlay, I have him plus 6
I'm
catches.
I'm hoping for 1,000. But let's go into the next one. Let me see. Amon Ross, St. Brown, Anthony. Do you think St. Brown is getting over 86 yards or under?
Um, I think under.
Under 86. Locked his shit down.
Yeah,
That's
because
what's
I
gonna
think your
happen.
as a defense is going to focus on shutting him down.
Shout out to Ward to Shavarius Ward. Lock his shit down. Who else should we do on the receiving end? Let's do Brandon Ayuk. Brandon Ayuk. Do you think BA goes over 78 yards from the Niners? No? Under?
I think he goes under.
Okay. Last one from the receiving. George Kittle.
What is his over under?
Oh shit, yeah, I'm high as shit. His over under is 61. So you think he gets over or under
That's tough.
61 yards?
I think Kittle's going to be the guy today for him.
So I hate betting on Kittle because I either I lose so much with him because he'll have 3 good weeks
Yeah.
and then he'll have 3 bad weeks, so they're not going to him. So honestly, I would say over.
Over?
Yeah.
Let's go. Okay. So then we'll go to the next section. Passing touchdowns. Do you think Jared Goff will throw over 2 touchdowns, or do you think he'll throw under 2 touchdowns?
I think he'll throw over 2 touchdowns.
Over 2? Yeah. Okay. Brock Purdy, do you think he's at 1.5, but basically he has to throw 2 touchdowns? You think he's over 1.5 too?
Yeah, I think if you guys are going to win, you need over 2
for Brock.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good call. All right, what's the next main one that we should go into? I think that might be the main ones.
I would say you should do receptions.
Okay, that is right here too. Let's go to St. Brown receptions. The lowest he has is 5+. Do you think he hits 5+?
Yeah.
Yep, 5+.
Yeah.
Okay, we can all agree on 5+. All right, let's go to their tight end, Sam Laporta. His lowest is +3. Do you think he gets at least 3 catches?
I think he gets 3 catches.
Let's go 3. George Kittle. How many think we're thinking? 3, 4, 5 receptions?
Dude, I'm thinking like 8 receptions, bro.
Let's go 4. Solid 4. Lock that in. You said 8?
I said like 8 receptions, bro.
Hey, let's go 8.
I think he's gonna be the man today.
Hey, I think they're gonna have to hit him a few times. Let's go 8.
Because if they're covering down the receivers, bro, Kittle's gonna be open, bro.
Brandon Ayuk. How many times do you think?
I don't know him well enough in order to even.
What is his minimum? 3?
His minimum is 3. I think me personally. I think personally.
Well,
he's
I went
like
on
5.
him last week for having 3, so
I'll say you'd say 3 or 5.
I'll take 3 to be on the safe side.
3, safe side. Debo.
I'm making that bet right now.
2 or 3. His lowest is 2. I know he came off an injury last week. That's why. So at least 2
What was
catches.
the injury?
His shoulder.
Well, you don't want to do 2 because that's minus 1,600. That's going to bring your.
So +3.
Yeah, if you're going to do it, yeah, +3.
We'll lock that in, and then let's do the last category is rushing yards. So Christian McCaffrey. Where do we think he's at? It's 40, 50, 60, 70, 80.
I think he hits at least 80 yards. Oh no, you know what? To be safe, I'd probably put like around 70.
Around 70?
About 70 yards.
Yeah, that's safe.
70 yards from McCaffrey. What about Jahmyr Gibbs from the Lions?
I do either 50 or 60 just to be safe with him. I think he hits at least he hits like 50 yards.
I say at least 50. Lock that in. And then I believe that's all the main categories, guys. Let me see. Let's lock that in. And then you got the Lions, right? We locked that in. I didn't like to do it.
Are you doing money line or are you doing
America? I didn't want to do it.
I would do money line on that one.
Yeah, it's 2 plus 230, I think.
Let's go. With that parlay at $5, we're sitting at we're looking at $3,000 right now if we win. So we'll split that down the pipeline if we hit that bitch.
That's tacos after.
That's some tacos, man. I got some parlays cooking myself, man. So hopefully we get into that, but we'll enjoy the game, in a little bit. But before we go, I just like to thank Habari Entertainment for allowing us to do what we got to do. You know what I'm saying, giving us the opportunities. I'd like to thank my co-host, Big Ant, and we'll go into what he do. on another episode, probably the next episode, get into the bakery and stuff like that with what you got going.
I'm saying that's where I know you from, bro. I seen you at Two Joints Tuesday.
Oh,
and
really?
You brought pizza, bro.
He got some
Yeah.
fire shit, bro. So yeah, shout out to you for coming through and co-hosting. You're gonna be you can see DJ Big Ant or Big Ant on the show on a regular basis with me rocking it out.
Yes, sir.
And shout out to the guest star, my boy Alex, for coming out.
Hell yeah.
Thank you for having
Thank
me,
you, bro. Thank you for coming through. And like I said, use this time right now to give a shout out to whoever you want to give a shout out to.
Just shout out to the team, man. Natasha out there, Ajay, Matt, our graphic designer Chance, our bosses, you know what I'm saying? Everybody out in the industry, bro. That's all the relationships that I carry, that we carry as a company and as a man, like, all those personal relationships.
Yes, sir.
There are a lot of great people out there, man. You know what I mean, including yourself.
Yes, sir.
I met you walking down the sidewalk to Mita, bro.
Bro, yeah. That's how the universe works. We were outside walking, and I was hollering about some stuff. I think I was hollering about y'all, and you turned around, and was like, "Hey, that's us," and we started hollering, and it was kosher ever since. We've been vibing and shit, but I appreciate you for coming through. Like I said, thank you for sliding through. Is there a place that they can follow Trap Culture at, or could you let them know where to find your guys' live?
Yeah, man. So we got our own live. We go first and third Thursday of every month right now.
Okay.
We may be getting back into Mita, start covering Mita again.
Live over there?
Yeah, we go live on location, bro. So you can find us at Trap Live on YouTube. You can find us on Spotify, Apple Music. Our Instagram is trapculture.az. You know what I mean? You can go to our website, trapcultureaz.com. So and then we got Trap Culture Clothing IG.
Okay.
So like we got a lot of stuff, man. We got all kinds of new merch coming out here pretty soon. I got slides coming out. I got
the Trap Culture slides
and hats coming out. Yeah, I got some new stuff coming out, man. There's some new hoodies up there and stuff.
That's sick. Shout out to that, man. So yeah, if you guys are looking to follow the Trap Live, you know what I'm saying, tune into my boy Alex and the team. They're always holding it down. They're always you know what I'm saying, putting on for the culture, like it says in the name, you know what I'm saying. And then Anthony, do you want to let them know where to follow you at to get some fire or cupcakes?
Yeah, definitely. You guys can follow me on Instagram at DJ_big_amp, or on Snapchat, DJ Big Amp, and on TikTok is Big Ant's Bakery. So check us out. We're rated #1 cupcake in Arizona for the last 3 years for our strawberry shortcake. So definitely check them out if you haven't.
Fire.
Them motherfuckers fire. But yeah, so thank you guys for tuning in. We about to go watch some football and smoke some trees. Shout out to the Niners. Hopefully we get this dub. Thank you guys for tuning in. Like I said, shout out to Habari Entertainment. And you can follow us at No Mids Crew on YouTube, or you can follow me at No Mids Chino on Instagram. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate it.
Go Raiders.